here we go. All right. Happy Tuesday, guys. And sitting here with Mike Trujillo, the head women's basketball coach at Embry Riddle Aeronautical University. And I had to practice that like 4 times to get, say that correctly. So
yeah, it's a little bit of a mouthful. We don't put the whole thing on the jersey. It doesn't look right.
So happy Tuesday, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Brig. How you doing?
Terrific. Just living the dream.
That's
So
right.
wanted to take this opportunity to, get to know you, showcase your program, and just interview you a little bit. So I guess first, how did you get into coaching?
Good question. I started playing sports at a really young age. I got into football from 3rd grade, and then went all the way through high school. And I just knew early on that that's what I wanted to do. I thought, as a young kid, like all athletes, I wanted to be a professional athlete. And that obviously is hard to do and didn't work out. But I just knew that I wanted to be involved in athletics somehow in some capacity. And so, like I said, just playing multiple sports at a young age. And I knew probably, I would say in middle school, about 7th grade, it hit me like, oh yeah, well, I'm clearly not going to be a professional athlete, but I wanted to coach. I didn't know what sport I wanted to coach. I just knew that I wanted to stay in athletics for the rest of my life. So it's been the majority, well over 3/4 of my life has been in sports in some capacity.
Awesome. So, why do you coach? Or maybe a better question is, what do you want to pass down to the next generation of athletes?
I coach because I love seeing the development of people. I love seeing these young kids because I've coached girls and boys in high school, and now obviously coaching college. It's always been on the women's side, but I love seeing the players come in as these nervous and scared and kind of timid sometimes freshmen, and then watching them blossom throughout the years and grow into these strong, confident leaders that go out and make a difference in the world. And just being able to see the interactions and those daily contacts with people and watching them grow and develop in life. That's what I get my big kick out of. Now, obviously, we like to win games, and we've won a lot of games here, and that's kind of a byproduct. But just watching people grow and seeing the development, that's really what gets me going in coaching.
Okay, great. So, to shift gears a little bit, how has travel impacted you personally?
Uh, you know, that's one of the things that I really like about college athletics is that it gives us the ability to see different parts of the country that you wouldn't normally get to see if you're just a normal student. And throughout my time, I've traveled to a lot of different places, been in a lot of historical gyms, and I've even had a chance to travel to some pretty cool locations. I've coached games in Hawaii, been to Puerto Rico. I've been to a tournament in Cancun, Mexico. So, but just, I like to do that just to be able to see those different parts of the country and experience something that you wouldn't normally get to. So I think travel is a big part of the collegiate experience.
Yeah, great. Okay. So, obviously you're working with America's team. I, asked you to be part of it and you graciously accepted. Why did you join America's team?
So we have 2 coaches in our athletic department, and our volleyball coach is actually the one that turned me on to you because she said that she got talked into by our softball coach. But talking to our volleyball coach, she said that just talking with you and looking at everything, she was all over it. And she was really excited about the opportunity. And so then I went to our softball coach, and she said that she's done it for about 6 or 7 years and loved everything about it. Loved the experience, loved the travel, loved the interaction with the players, and just being able to go overseas and experience different cultures. So she was the one that really kind of turned me on to it, was our softball coach, because she had done it before, and not just 1 year or 2 years. She's done it, like I said, for 6 or 7 years. So the fact that she did it and had a great experience and keeps coming back to it, I'm like, well, that makes sense. Let me look into it. And then just talking with you and looking into everything that it provided, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Awesome. So, you know, with the kids that we work with at America's team, they're all high school kids, and they're kids looking to go play at the next level. And one of their most common questions is, how is traveling overseas going to give me an edge in college recruiting?
Yeah, that's a good question that they're asking. Is it's kind of a twofold answer. Is that number one, you get to add that to your resume that you've been able to play overseas and you've gone to these different countries and played different levels of basketball, international basketball. But not only that, but the travel with us with college coaches. Now you've gotten the opportunity to play in front of a college coach and kind of showcase your talents there. So to be able to have that experience of the travel and playing for a college coach, I think that enhances your ability and your experience.
Sure. And, with obviously as a college coach, you look to evaluate a kid on the court, but
Hmm.
off the court, if you're traveling with a player for a week, what advantage does that give them to get to know you and vice versa?
Yeah, see that I think is the biggest part of it. Well, one of the biggest parts is the experience, but that's for me personally, that's huge because it's I've been doing this a long time. It's easy to look on a basketball court, watching a game, and go, oh yeah, that kid has talent, that kid can play, but that's only a small part of it. The part that I personally, and I know a lot of coaches put emphasis on, is the character of the kids that we recruit. Because even if you're a good player, if you're a knucklehead or if you're bringing drama to the team, we don't want you. It's just we spend so much of our time with each other that we want to be in contact with kids, with people that we like and that we respect. And so being able to see you interact with your teammates, seeing how you interact in a restaurant with the service or in the hotel or how you conduct yourself on a daily basis outside of basketball, off the court, that's the telltale sign of who you are as a character or as your character and who you are as a person. And so for us to be able to have that experience of that close contact and getting to know them individually, that's massive, because then we know, oh yeah, this is a really good person here, and this is somebody that we want in our program, not just from a basketball standpoint, but from a character standpoint.
Hmm. Okay. So, speaking of Embry Riddle, what is your ideal player? What does she look like?
You know, uh, that's another twofold question. Basketball wise, we run kind of a true motion. So I don't have set players. Like, I'll never designate you're a one, you're a two, you're a five. You're a basketball player. Make basketball plays. So we don't teach a whole lot of sets or anything like that. We kind of teach the overall concepts of basketball and open it up and let players play and just use their abilities. So from a basketball standpoint, I like kids that have multiple skill sets that can do multiple things. Um, and Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Sorry.
No, you're
Uh,
okay.
yeah, the kids.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, just being able to be multiple skilled sets. So just looking at that. But really, it's the cliche of the ideal player is somebody that's coachable. Somebody that's gonna do what we ask, that goes above and beyond what we ask. If we say, this is the minimum that we need you to do, is somebody going above and beyond that minimum. Somebody that truly loves the game and really wants to get better. Somebody that's unselfish, that doesn't care about them. They care about their teammates. Because again, what we use the concept here that what happens to one of us happens to all of us. And so I really don't care about individual accolades of our players. I care about the success of our team. And as long as our kids buy into that team concept and know that it's about us and not about you, those kids that buy into that really truly acknowledge that and believe in that, those are my favorite type of players, because they're being selfless. It's not about them. It's about the success of us.
Yep. And judging by your record, because I'll pat you on the back, that obviously works. The W's are a byproduct of that, like you said.
Totally. Yeah. If you focus on the outcome, you're going to lose sight of the process, and you're going to be so stressed about winning that you don't win. And that's what we talk about a lot is don't worry about the outcome. Focus on the process. Do what you need to do. And if you do that, then the results are going to be what you want, which is winning. And like you said, we've been fortunate that we've won a lot of those games. but it's because we're not worrying about that. We're worrying about doing what we're supposed to do as a team and doing it together.
Yep. So my last question is, what are you looking forward to the most on your upcoming trip?
Uh, Seeing a new culture. Yeah, I've never been to Australia. There's a bunch of different places in the world that I've always wanted to go to, and this is one of them. And just being able to see the culture and watch the kids interact and just having the experience of going out and seeing something new and traveling to a new part of the world and getting to experience something that you wouldn't get to experience here in the States. So it's not, obviously I'm competitive and I want to win. I want to win those games that are down there, but that's not even close to what it's about. It's just having the experience of going to a different country, experiencing a new culture, and just the daily interactions of the whole trip as a whole.
Well, awesome, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. So I'll just wrap it up with go Eagles.
I appreciate it. Go Eagles.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Yep. Bye-bye.